Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. It's a big day in India tomorrow when votes in the general election will be counted. Exit polls indicate that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to be re-elected for a third term in office, but reports caution that the surveys issued by different news organizations have frequently proven inaccurate in the past. Prime Minister Modi entered the election as the clear frontrunner, but during the course of the long campaign, the India bloc led by the Congress party gained considerable momentum. But Modi's BJP has been positioned as the frontrunner in the general election. To form a government, a party or coalition needs 272 seats in parliament. Exit polls indicate that the National Democratic Alliance, led by the BJP, is likely to surpass this mark. Security across India has been stepped before counting of votes begin Tuesday morning. Reports said authorities are leaving nothing to chance and security of different levels has been ordered according to the requirements. Increased protection was visible at Sher-e Kashmir International Conference Centre in Srinagar to protect voting machines and the counting process. Paramilitary troops and security vehicles were seen patrolling the scene. A three-tier security system was in place in Dehradun in the mountainous Uttarakhand state. Reports said only people with government-authorized passes will be given access to sensitive areas in and around halls where the counting of votes will take place. Reports of heightened security have also come in from other parts of the country. A severe heat wave affecting parts of India for the past 3 days has killed more than 50 people. Over the weekend, the heat in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh claimed the lives of about 33 individuals. A news outlet said another 20 people died of heat stroke in the eastern state of Odisha. Numerous fatalities were recorded on June 1st during India's final round of voting in the country's general election. Various reports said this year's temperatures have broken all previous records. According to the Federal Health Ministry, there were at least 56 documented cases of heat stroke deaths between the months of March and May. It also said more than 24,000 heat stroke cases were reported during that time. Tamil Nadu's governing party, DMK, paid tributes to its most famous leader, Karunanidhi, on his 101st birth anniversary. Known for his unrivaled political acumen, witty comments and mastery of the Tamil language, Karunanidhi served as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu 5 times. His son, the current Chief Minister of the southern state, M.K. Stalin, led the tributes at his memorial on the marina in Chennai. He was accompanied by senior ministers and lawmakers from the DMK. Karunanidhi died in 2018 at a hospital in Chennai from age-related illness. Wreaths were laid and flowers were showered to mark the event. Heavy showers lashed parts of Tamil Nadu on Monday, which interrupted heat waves with blistering temperatures. Reports said rainfall was very heavy around Karur town in the state's central region, as well as in Tuticorin in the south. The showers left roads flooded and affected routine activity. The Weather Service has issued a red alert, the highest level, for most of the state's southern region. According to reports, the 3 districts that make up the region are expected to receive heavy rainfall. Chennai, the state's capital city, also received rains overnight, cooling down the temperature and humidity. Construction workers, public transport drivers, and food delivery riders have been the worst hit by the heat waves in the state's cities and towns. Sri Lanka's Disaster Management Centre said at least 7 people have died as a result of landslides and flooding brought on by monsoon rains. Schools are to stay closed on Monday, and numerous districts have had their electricity supplies knocked out. Media reports quoted the DMC as saying that flooding risk in Colombo and other southern districts was very high. 9 districts now have landslide alerts in effect. According to the administration, the armed forces have been called upon to offer assistance to those in need, with the army supplying food to the displaced. The Air Force said it has deployed 3 rescue helicopters, and the Navy has sent out 10 teams, and more are on their way to help the victims. Reports this morning said security forces and insurgents engaged in a firefight in Jammu and Kashmir region during a search operation. Police said government forces went on a hunt for militants in Pulwama district in the east of the state. It started after a tip-off that at least 2 guerrillas were hiding in the region. According to officials, gunmen fired the first shots at government forces in Nihama area. Reports said army troops and units from the police were involved in the gunfight. The region is not new to gun battles between troops and insurgents. Army soldiers, backed up by the police, engage the guerrillas whenever they are spotted, and the battles last for several hours, and in some cases they have extended for days. Israel has advised its citizens visiting Maldives to leave the country after Maldives decided to ban them. The foreign ministry also encouraged Israelis holding passports issued by another country to consider leaving. Reports said the decision to ban Israelis was taken in a meeting of the cabinet on Sunday in response to public demand to show support for the besieged people of Gaza. The media in Maldives reports that more than 1 million tourists visit the country each year, with an estimated 15,000 of them coming from Israel. Maldives is a popular tourist destination in South Asia, with a large part of its revenue generated from tourism. In recent months, Maldives is believed to have replaced India with China as its main ally. President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa has acknowledged that his African National Congress party had a difficult election outcome, losing its majority for the first time since apartheid ended 30 years ago. The ANC, which was previously led by Nelson Mandela, gained 159 seats in the 400-seat parliament on Wednesday, compared to 230 in the previous session. Ramaphosa hailed the outcome as a democratic triumph and urged the opposition parties to work together, seemingly in anticipation of coalition negotiations. The opposition Democratic Alliance Party has stated that it is open to coalition discussions with him, while it opposes several of Ramaphosa's top policies. Reports said people are angry with the ANC over high rates of crime, corruption, and unemployment in the country. The African National Congress secured 40% of the total votes, a decrease from 58% in the last election. Exit polls in Mexico indicate frontrunner Claudia Sheinbaum is expected to win handily and become the country's first female president. According to pollsters, the 61-year-old former Mexico City mayor easily defeated entrepreneur Xochitl Galvez, her primary opponent, with 56% of the vote on Sunday. The Morena party, led by Sheinbaum, has already declared victory, but Galvez advised her followers to hold off until the official results, which are expected to be released early on Monday. In a campaign characterized by violent attacks, voters also chose the leaders of Mexico City's government, 8 state governors, and members of the country's Congress. Although official figures put the number of municipal candidate killings in Mexico at above 20, independent studies place the figure closer to 37. China has charged that its state officials are being recruited as spies by the UK's MI6 intelligence service. The Ministry of State Security said in a post on its official WeChat channel that UK agents had converted a Chinese man known only by his last name Wang and his wife Zhou against Beijing. Both were employed by a Chinese state agency in core confidential areas. According to the ministry, MI6 began grooming Wang in 2015 when he traveled to the UK for academic purposes as part of a Sino-British exchange program. The ministry claimed that the operatives showed him special care in the UK by extending invitations to dinners and tours so they could better understand his interests and weaknesses. The British government has not yet responded to the allegations. Media magnate Rupert Murdoch tied the knot for the 5th time at his vineyard in California. On Saturday, the 93-year-old married retired Russian biologist Elena Zhukova. Soon after his engagement to former police chaplain Anne Leslie Smith was abruptly called off in April 2023, there were rumors that he was dating 67-year-old Zhukova. Murdoch, an Australian by birth, is chairman emeritus of News Corporation, the company that owns Fox News, The Wall Street Journal, The Sun, and The Times. He has 6 children. Last year, he resigned from his position as chairman of Fox and News Corp, putting his son Lachlan in charge of both businesses. Rupert Murdoch started his career in Australia in the 1950s. In 1969, he eventually acquired the UK's News of the World and Sun newspapers. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.